Can I curse? Because it really makes me mad.
Yeah, who cares?
Chat GPT did this whole thing about how to talk to her, and she's
Oh, and it totally got you in your head. Well, it's because people think that if they use AI, it will get them to a level of expertise. They used it for something and it was great. And now all of a sudden, in their mind, you're like, oh, I don't need to ask somebody for information. I'll just use this AI, which is going to interpret all of the reports and data that are out there in the world, and it's going to give me what I need. So we're all just deluded into thinking that now we can be experts at everything, and that's screwed up.
I think that we're realizing too that depending upon what you're using, it kind of blows smoke up your skirt a little bit because it wants you to keep using it.
People are really relying on this now for everything. People are using it to solve their relationship problem. That's really concerning.
So if you ever get an email from me and it's got a whole paragraph and a lot of words and it's spelled right, and
Dashes.
but if there's a lot of words and it's spelled right and there's great punctuation, totally AI. Yeah. But it was my heart that was behind it.
So why do I second guess myself? And
Honey, that's a job for your therapist.
Right.
I can't even. And
but I never used to second guess myself until all of a sudden all this thing came along.
Because now it makes you second guess yourself. Now I'm going to rewind and tell you a story. So I was going on this listing appointment. I knew it was going against two agents. She already disclosed what she wanted, and she had the lot next door that she wanted to sell. The lot next door, by the way, is not really saleable.
Okay.
So can I curse? Because it really makes me mad.
Yeah, who cares?
Chat GPT did this whole thing about how to talk to her, and she's
oh, and it totally got you in your head.
Oh yeah, and they need to be sold together because otherwise it's never going to sell. She's not going to be able to do this whole presentation. Other than I've been doing this for 27 years, and I'm like I gave her the history, the data, the why, the blah, blah, blah. Well, show up the agent who would list the lot separately. And I listened.
Shocking.
I listened to the stupid AI and I didn't get the freaking listing.
Yeah.
And yeah. I'm like, I am never, maybe for data purposes, but I know how to talk to people, for God's sakes. And I will never do that again.
I mean, I'm sorry that happened, but probably not a bad thing, given that it woke you up. And how'd you see the whole thing? You were kind of on a tear about this the other day.
No, because then I had somebody in town this weekend, and she was telling me all about the beach where I live. And I'm like, oh, wow, that's really interesting. Where did you learn about that? Oh, well, ChatGPT.
Oh, isn't that great?
Oh, wow, that's super interesting.
Aren't you such a market area expert?
I'm I actually live here and have lived here for many, many years. Do you think that maybe you might want to trust, I don't know, me?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And it went on and on and on. She came in on a Wednesday. I had her come. I gotta set this picture up in your mind. We're standing on my pool deck. Right? You've been to where I live, and the breezes are blowing. We're looking at the Gulf of America. It's beautiful out. So anyway, breezes blowing, beautiful, whatever. And I'm like, you need to buy in here. This is the vibe that you're used to. This is the quality that you're used to. This is the aesthetic that you're used to. Plus, you don't want to buy in there because we have a 90-day minimum for
rentals. Oh, she's the income.
Yeah, so I'm like, okay, you can't have, these are apples and oranges. Either you have an income producing property that you can rent by the week and that aesthetic will not be to your liking.
Right.
Or you come to a place like this and then you have to rent in 3-month chunks.
Yeah. People always want everything. They want all of it. They want
I
don't want it to cost me anything and I want a second home.
And she gave me this full dissertation on all of the beaches and all of who rents what.
Yep.
And I'm like, oh, wow, interesting. Where did you learn that? And she told me, and I'm like, actually, that's not been my experience, and I actually live here. Um, and then I decided to stop and not, because I wanted to be like, okay, where's the cite the sources, right? Because now you're pissing me off. But I didn't because it was day one. And then
You're like, oh, maybe I shouldn't be a total bitch to her.
and then on day 3, she sent me a 19-page report.
Oh, this is the one with okay.
The 19-page report on the.
Well, what did it have in it? Like,
Oh,
what was in this report?
It had an analysis over this area versus this area, all this different crap, right? And then there were added properties in there that I didn't have on my list.
Oh,
Do you know why they were added? Because AI chose them. Guess where they were?
where?
Not on the beach where she wanted to be. You're not on the beach. One criteria on the sand. It's pretty
So
basic.
were these comps for the one that she wanted to buy, or were these other
She
properties?
thought I'm like,
Oh, she thought you
I
were
said-
sandbagging.
yeah, I said, excuse me,
Okay.
ma'am. There's nothing I'd like more for than you to sign a contract and buy something. I'm not sandbagging here. Anyway.
Yeah.
No, we got a couple more reports after that, and it's like I think it's great for like the math analysis. I think it's great for a lot of different things, but knowing who rents where and the rentability of something, that's when you trust the local expert. I put her in touch with a local beach rental agent who gave her advice. I'm giving her advice on the purchase.
Yeah, well, they don't want to hear it.
We live in this AI world.
Well, it's because people think that if they use AI, it will get them to a level of expertise. Like they used it for something and it was great, and now all of a sudden, in their mind, they're like, oh, I don't need this person to rewrite this thing for me. Well, I don't really need an attorney. Like, let me just have it draft up an agreement.
Yep.
Oh, I don't need to ask somebody for information. I'll just use this AI, which is going to interpret all of the reports and data that are out there in the world, and it's going to give me what I need. So we're all just deluded into thinking that now we can be experts at everything, and that's screwed up. That's totally screwed out.
Now, why did you say that you are second guessing yourself because you use AI to put?
Yeah, for real. Well, what's starting to happen is I don't know. I used to be, I shouldn't say I used to be. I'm generally very confident when I'm sure of something and when it's in my lane. And the business, working with people, leading people, all of that's in my lane. But lately, I find myself just like there's a part of me that says, am I correct? And is there a way for me to figure out if I'm correct? So like I had this meeting with a couple of team members the other day, and yeah, I mean, it was a great conversation and I walked away with a particular impression, but I recorded the whole thing with their permission, of course. And like the AI then does its thing where it organizes the notes, and you can ask the AI, what's its opinion on this aspect of the conversation? So I like at 10 p.m. before I'm going to bed, sit there on the AI app, and I'm all asking all these crazy questions, like analyze it from this perspective. All right, now give me this analysis. Now show me this person's thought perspective against that. And it was good in the sense that what it did was it reaffirmed my thought process. But like, what if
it didn't?
But what if it didn't? Then I would have been totally screwed up. And all that would have done was make me less sure of my own confidence and my own thinking around things. So, I don't know. It's kind of a catch-22.
I think that, especially in situations like that, because you started with people are your thing, right? You know how to read people. You don't need an app to analyze things for you. If you have more questions, you just go back to the person and ask another question.
Right. Yeah, what happened to that?
Yeah.
Oh,
You're not sure about something.
I'm not so sure about this. I remember you said this. This is how I took that. Are we on the same page? Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Old school.
Yeah.
You retell the story to all of your closest friends,
Mm-hmm.
and everybody gives you a little bit of advice, and
Uh-huh.
then everybody else gets in your head, and you've kind of lost the whole thing that you were actually talking about or having a disagreement about.
And then you go and you talk to AI and you tell it everything that everybody said.
No, you don't go. I'm just saying it's kind of like the same thing. Like if you talk to too many people, you get too many opinions, and you've essentially can lose your own opinion and feelings.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I actually did find myself doing that, like in a business negotiation. So when I exited a company that I was part of, of course, whenever you exit a company, there's always a certain level of drama. That's no surprise. But I put all of that into ChatGPT. It's like, tell me how to navigate this situation. Instead of just navigating the situation, like,
Wait a minute, how long have you been using ChatGPT?
a long time.
Really?
I mean, ever since it came out, at least 2 years.
I don't know if it's confidence or just have enough trust in yourself that
Sure.
whatever decision that you're going to make, you're going to be responsible and accountable for, and just kind of go with it. Like, I mean, I don't get me wrong. I definitely check in with my council of 5.
You have a council of 5.
I have a council of 5 people.
Oh, that sounds so fancy.
Because I can come up with some dumb shit.
Oh yeah.
And I make sure that I'm not like having whatever blind spots.
Speaking of blind spots,
So I have my council of 5 people that I talk to when I'm making big decisions, and it's always fascinating to me because everybody has different opinions, and then I still go back to, all right, is this a good move or not a good move? And I have to trust my gut on if I'm making the right decision or not.
right?
Like this flipping house that I built it.
Well, so on this whole council of 5 thing, so setting aside that I think it's really funny that you call it a council of 5. So we've always done that, right? You've always had people that you reach out to and you ask them for advice in very stressful or important decisions, big things. But now it's like people also have the ultimate say called AI, and they've given AI the ultimate say. It's like, oh, I'm going to talk to my closest person. I'm going to get what they have to say. But then I'm going to really like think this through and formulate the perfect response. And I don't know. I'm kind of done with that.
Well, I think that we're realizing too that depending upon what you're using, it kind of blows smoke up your skirt a little bit because it wants you to keep using it. So I don't know, intuition, gut feelings, all of those things. Like I said before, like I think it's great for solving a math problem. So you don't have to think too hard, and you can just spit some details in there, and it'll give you what you need. But
right. And maybe it's great at doing things like solving taking a complicated situation and writing a great email about it. That's fine. But when it's something that has to deal with the heart or something where you're needing to make a very intuition-based decision, you gotta throw that shit out.
Yep.
Yeah. It just doesn't work.
We're just throwing stuff out today. We're throwing recordings out. We're just throwing stuff out.
I'm really happy about that decision, by the way.
I'm happy that you're happy because it makes life a lot nicer.
When I'm happy?
Am
I unhappy a lot?
Well, you're not unhappy, but I like it better when you're kind of zen.
I get that. Yeah. One of the things that really is bothering me is the fact that people are really relying on this now for everything. So there's reports now that there's cognitive decline. I think there's a decline in emotional intelligence that's going on because I think that people are using it to like solve their relationship problems. Like, oh, my spouse just said this to me. Like, what do I say back? I mean,
It's not okay.
No, it's not okay. That's not okay. That's really concerning, because already we're in sort of the state of the world where everybody's afraid that AI is going to take all the jobs away. Except now we've also got people using AI for the things that make us human and eliminating or reducing their ability to be human.
Have you seen that? I don't know if it's a meme, a joke, whatever, and it says you better eat healthy and take care of yourself because your future physician is passing their medical license with Chat GPT.
Great. Freaking great. Yeah, that's frightening. Not good. No.
No, but I mean, I think that everything, just like any other problem, you hate to use it as a problem, but like there has to be a self-awareness around it. And I think that recently you and I have had a massive self-awareness around our leaning on it too much.
Brought on by you flipping out on me about it, which was great. I mean, it was great.
That was not easy, by the way. I don't know. Not that you've ever yelled at me or done anything that should make me feel like I should be scared, but like that was a difficult conversation.
What was a difficult conversation? You telling me?
Yes,
or
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, me having the guts to be really bluntly honest. And I know that that sounds crazy because I am very bluntly honest, but not when I think that it's going to hurt someone. And I never want to hurt anybody.
Well, I mean, I appreciate that, but at the same time, I do think that you gotta not worry about.
I think that's a me problem, not a you problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's something, there's again self-awareness.
Yeah, that's a get over it moment though. I mean, people have told us about this though, that before you use AI for anything, you should think through the thing first for yourself. Sort out where you're at, and then I don't know, if you're going to use it as kind of like a gut check, which totally contradicts what we discovered earlier and what we said.
Yeah, no,
But
don't.
So no, I don't think that works.
I mean, so like for me, for example, in the afternoon between, call it 3 and 5, I'm shot. Like my ability to form complete sentences most days is shot. So if I have to respond to a bunch of emails and I don't want it to sound like a high D bitch, no, for real, because yes, no, like that's how I respond. I'll just voice something in there and make this sound nice in an email and use some punctuation and some grammar and make them feel nice. So if you ever get an email from me and it's got like a whole paragraph and a lot of words and it's spelled right
and an M dash and dashes.
No, I take those out because that's a giveaway. But like if there's a lot of words and it's spelled right and there's great punctuation, totally AI. Yeah. But it was my heart that was behind it.
Especially if the email is sent and I'm left feeling good, because you just said that you tell it to make them feel good.
Yep. Little sunshine.
Yeah.
Sprinkles with sunshine.
Do you actually tell it sprinkle sunshine?
I just, be a lot nicer in the delivery than I would be.
Well, that's fair. I'm personally going to promise that I'm only going to use it for what we're going to call the low-level email nonsense tasks, organizing bots and just getting stuff out the door. That's easy for me, and I'm not going to use it for anything else. I'm not going to use it for difficult conversations. I'm not going to use it for sorting out if what I'm thinking about a situation is the right way to think about it. Because ultimately, the way that I think about it is the right way for me to think about it.
Right. Because they're actually your thoughts.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I think that's it. Those are our concluding thoughts on the matter.
I love it.
I'd be interested to hear what other people have to say about it. Because I know that there's a lot of people that are going to watch this and they're going to say, oh no, they just don't understand. Like, you have to prompt AI better so that it doesn't overrule your thinking. And I think that's part of this thing that we've all got deluded into, that AI is somehow an ultimate solution for our problem and that it's only going to make our lives easier. There's only trade-offs. There's not any solution.
Again, I think it's good. Like I fed it all this stuff about my real estate brand, right?
Mm.
We like these colors. I want you to, I want you to look me up on Instagram, Facebook, Google, read all my reviews, and know and understand who we are. Anyway, like it's good in that context if somebody's trying to design something marketing wise, or like we're trying to do something that way. Nope, this is not, it's not your brand.
Yeah.
But for your actual like personal life,
You got to go with it on your own.
Yep. But I mean, I would much rather, like if I'm about to have a still business, right? Like if I'm about to have a difficult conversation with a client, I could easily feed that into whatever. But I would rather talk to a communication master such as yourself. And I'm not saying that because you've helped me a lot, right?
Yeah.
You've helped me a lot. And there's no, because you've actually had experience in real estate.
So is the concluding message, phone a friend, don't phone ChatGPT?
Kinda, I think. Well, for me anyway, I'm not going to speak for you.
Yeah.
I like a little AI agent intelligence is what I call it. But bump.
That's good. That's good. All right. Well, in case this episode doesn't get spliced in with another and we don't mix two conversations, we should just tell people, hey, thanks for hanging out with us. And we've really loved you listening in on this conversation in the car. Are we going to give the conversations in the car a name?
I don't know. Maybe.
We'll sort it out.
I will come up with something super kitschy that you'll hate, and that's what we're going to use.
Yay.
And I love it. People, if they're watching this and they got to see all that bumpy because Drew chose the smooth road, I'd like to point that out.
My bad. My bad. We'll see. So thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. And we'll catch you next time.